Welcome to our course on bank reconciliation. You may well ask, what is bank reconciliation? Bank reconciliation is a process that ensures that each transaction on the bank statement is exactly the same in our own bank records. You may also ask, where are our bank records for all of our bank transactions? Well, if we were just an individual, not a business, our records would be in our checkbook. And every time we wrote a check or made a deposit, we would record it in our typical checkbook register. However, because we are a business using QuickBooks, the bank records are in the general ledger, or also called the chart of accounts. Specifically, our bank records are in the account called cash in bank. All of the checks, deposits, and any other bank transaction are recorded in that specific ledger account in the chart of accounts, and the final balance shows up on the trial balance. The bank statement is the bank's records of the very same transactions to our account. When we get the bank statement at the end of the month, it is the job of the bookkeeper to compare every single individual transaction listed on the bank statement to every single transaction in our general ledger account called cash in bank. What if something does not match when we compare the bank statement transaction to our general ledger account cash? Well, some things are supposed to be different. We account for them, let's say we manage them, with our normal bank reconciliation procedures that you will see demonstrated in the following videos. If something unexpected is different, we found a mistake, and we follow the procedures for fixing mistakes. Those mistakes and those procedures will come in the later videos at the end of this section. Let's first talk about the things that we expect will not match in both the bank statement and the general ledger account cash. First of all, the ending balance of the statement will never match the ending balance of our cash records. That is because there will always be two things on the statement that will not be in our general ledger account cash, and there will always be two sets of things in our general ledger account cash that will not show up on the statement. That's why the ending balance never matches before we do the process of bank reconciliation. Well, what's on the statement that's missing in our cash records? First of all, bank fees, usually the monthly service charge. The bank is going to charge us a monthly service charge simply by taking money from our account on a specific date. The bank does not notify us when they charge us the monthly fee. They simply take the money, send us a statement, and unfortunately we find out about the fee after we receive the statement. Therefore, that's one example of something that is on the statement that will not be in our records. Secondly, some banks will give us interest. The bank does not inform us on the day that they put extra money into our account as interest. They simply put the money, then they send us a statement, and we only find out about the interest after we get the statement, and we don't have a chance to put it in our records until after the statement. That's why interest will always be on the statement and not in our records. On the other side, what would be in our cash records that's not on the statement? Well, obviously, if we wrote a check to someone who put it in their pocket and did not go to the bank to cash or withdraw that check, that would be something that we would record in our QuickBooks that the bank could not know about until that check clears. If that check clears after the cutoff date of the statement, that means that that check will be in our records but not on the bank statement. Those are called outstanding checks. Deposits in transit are the same idea. It's very possible that we recorded a deposit in our QuickBooks records before the ending statement date, and the bank did not record that deposit into our bank records and increase our bank account until after the statement date. And that could be the very same deposit. Therefore, these are always two transactions that will be in our QuickBooks records that will not show up on the bank statement until the next month. So how do you actually do bank reconciliation? Well, we immediately record the interest and service charge that is listed in the bank statement that is not in our QuickBooks records. This will eliminate any difference between our records and the bank statement that's caused by those two items. They are legitimate transactions even though we did not know about them, so the first part of the process is recording those two. Then we're halfway home. Regarding the outstanding checks and deposits in transit, the way we handle that is we mark off or check off every transaction that is in both places. When we do that, we are telling QuickBooks that these items have cleared the bank. QuickBooks will tell you the balance of everything that has been matched to a transaction on the statement. This balance is a special balance called the cleared balance. The cleared balance must match the statement balance, or you have some mistake somewhere. You will have a more direct definition of cleared balance and a better example in our next video when we actually do a bank reconciliation. A mistake is any transaction that is not the same in both places. To find out who made the mistake, go back to the source document of that transaction. For example, if we disagree with the bank regarding the money amount or number of a check, we go back to the actual check. If we disagree with the bank regarding the money amount or number on a deposit slip, we go back to either a photocopy or the original deposit slip to see what that deposit is actually supposed to be recorded as. And finally, let's discuss what we should do when we have a mistake. If it's our mistake, we should close the bank reconciliation window, then fix our records by double-clicking on the mistake and making it correct as per whatever is written on the check or deposit. Then reopen the reconciliation window and continue doing the bank reconciliation. If it's the bank's mistake, we should obviously call the bank, show them or send them a copy of the deposit slip or check that they made a mistake on, and of course formally request a corrected statement. The video that follows will show an example of a bank reconciliation with no mistakes. The bank reconciliations about finding and fixing common mistakes will come much later in the course. Good luck on your bank reconciliations.